When you keep your cat indoors for their entire life, do you actually know what it is doing to them? If you are like most owners, you might carry a quiet, lingering guilt about it. You look at them staring out the window at a bird, and you think, am I being selfish? Am I depriving a natural-born predator of their true freedom? We live in a world where we often picture a cat's dream life as roaming through open fields or chasing butterflies at golden hour. But that guilt is often built on a human myth. The reality of what is happening inside your indoor cat's mind and body is actually very different from what you might fear. The truth is, keeping a cat indoors changes their biology, their psychology, and their relationship with you in ways that can be deeply fulfilling for both sides. Today, we are going to unpack the science of the indoor feline life, talk about how cats actually perceive space, and explore what your cat truly needs from you. Before we look behind closed doors, welcome back to the Mew Crew. If you want to understand the true heart and mind of your feline companions, every week, feel free to join our little colony by hitting subscribe. Now, let's talk about what happens when a cat calls four walls their entire universe. Point 1. The mutual exchange of comfort. The first thing that happens when you raise an indoor cat is a gentle, unspoken contract of mutual benefit. Let's be practical. Keeping a cat indoors does make an owner's life a bit more demanding. You are taking full responsibility for a tiny, vulnerable soul. You focus on their nutrition, pay attention to their health, monitor their stress levels, and deliberately carve out time from a busy schedule to give them care. It is a genuine commitment of daily energy. But what you give in effort, your cat often returns in emotional grounding. In a fast-paced environment, having a companion can be incredibly grounding. There is something profoundly comforting about coming home after a long, exhausting day and just sitting near your cat while they sleep peacefully on the sofa. Spending time with them, stroking their fur, or simply watching them can help lower our stress and bring a sense of calm when we need it most. For the cat, being in a permanent home means their life is stable, predictable, and protected from the potential threats of the outside world. It is a quiet, supportive exchange of comfort and safety. Point 2. The reframe of a solved world. The second major shift is psychological. People often worry that a cat kept inside all their life will become bored or restricted. But this is where we sometimes project human desires onto an animal brain. To a human, a closed door can feel like a limitation. To a cat, a closed door often represents absolute security. A cat's sense of well-being is heavily built on three pillars: secure territory, predictable resources, and control over their environment. Outside, a cat's world is changing constantly. Their territory faces constant shifts, resources can be hard to find, and they control very little. Your home flips this script. Inside, their territory is stable. Their resources arrive exactly on schedule. They know every sunbeam, every corner, and every resting spot down to the minute. They don't necessarily view a home as a smaller world. They view it as a solved world, a place where the rules are clear and safe. And a cat who lives in a solved world doesn't have to waste their energy on basic survival. Instead, they can invest that energy into interacting with you. Point 3. Deepening the bond and communication. Because you are the center of their solved world, an indoor cat often develops a level of communication that outdoor cats rarely need. Have you ever noticed how vocal your cat is with you? While cats do occasionally vocalize with other cats, researchers have found that the extensive meowing we hear at home is a language they develop almost entirely for their human companions. When a cat lives indoors, they look to you for food, shelter, and comfort, which keeps their social bond with you incredibly strong throughout their adult life. They retain many of their expressive, youthful habits, following you from room to room, sitting nearby, and using specific vocalizations to tell you exactly what they want. An outdoor cat splits their attention across an entire neighborhood, tracking noises and monitoring boundaries. But an indoor cat concentrates their social energy on their home environment. They learn the sound of your footsteps, they recognize your daily routines, and they often know exactly when it is time to sit together. Point 4. Intention over space. Now, you might see advice online suggesting that to keep an indoor cat happy, you must transform your home with expensive custom shelves, complex wall walkways, or massive cat trees. While those things are wonderful if you have the space and budget, the reality is that not everyone lives in a large house or has resources for high-end setups. Fortunately, your cat does not measure your love by the square footage of your apartment. The true core of indoor cat happiness is genuine, everyday attention. It means doing the best you can within your practical limits, providing clean water, regular meals, and a safe space to rest. More than anything, it means paying attention to their small habits and behaviors. Having an observant heart and providing a stable, loving environment is far more valuable than any expensive pet gadget. When you treat them with basic respect and care, you are already giving them a safe, high-quality life. Point 5. The litter box as a helpful chart. This brings us to the most critical benefit of keeping a cat indoors. They cannot easily hide their health changes from you. Because of their natural instincts, cats are notorious for masking signs of physical discomfort. In nature, showing weakness makes an animal vulnerable, so a cat will often act completely normal until an issue becomes advanced. An outdoor cat's owner might easily miss the early signs of a health issue because the cat spends so much time outside, away from observation. But with an indoor cat, the small details of their daily routine are visible. The litter box you check every day isn't just a chore. It can actually serve as a helpful medical chart, and their water bowl can show you shifts in their hydration habits. For example, my oldest cat, Apex, has been an indoor cat his entire life. He is a very independent boy who knows exactly what he wants and can get quite vocal when things don't go his way. Last year, he developed a serious urinary tract issue. Because he naturally hid his discomfort well, he continued walking around and acting normally, only showing clear signs of distress and refusing food at the very last moment. Because he lived indoors, I was able to catch these subtle changes immediately, get him to the vet, and receive the treatment he needed just in time. If he had been a free-roaming cat outside, those early clues would have been lost across the neighborhood, and the outcome could have been very different. Indoor living allows us to spot health shifts in days rather than months, making a massive difference in their long-term well-being. So, if you ever feel that quiet guilt about keeping your cat inside, it is worth looking at the bigger picture. By keeping them indoors, you aren't limiting them. You are providing them with a peaceful, stable life where they can grow old gracefully alongside you. When a cat feels completely secure in their indoor kingdom, they start to show their comfort in some very unique ways. It is one thing for them to follow you around or sleep near you. But what does it mean when your cat suddenly decides to climb right up onto your shoulders or sit directly on your chest? Why do they treat you like their favorite vantage point? To understand the practical and comforting psychology behind this specific behavior, feel free to click on the video appearing on your screen right now. Why cats suddenly climb on you? The real meaning. Let's find out what your cat is trying to express when they choose to stay as close to you as possible. Thank you for spending time with Apex and me today at the Mew Crew. Keep your energy calm, enjoy those peaceful moments together, and we will see you in the next colony meeting.